Today, I will discuss about maxima and minima of a function. Maxima and minimum of a function means generally whenever we have function fx, that is y equals to fx, that means this is function of x. Here, generally, if function, if we draw the graph of this function, then the value of x is along x-axis and value of function along y-axis. So maximum value of the function occurs at what point? Suppose its domain is whole real line. Then we can draw the function, a graph of the function like this. Then what is the maximum value? What is the minimum value? If its domain is completely real number, then we are trying to find the point where value of the function, this is the value of the function. Okay, so maximum value if exists, then that is called maximum value. Minimum value if exists, then that is called minimum value. In mathematical formalization like this, suppose function is defined, suppose function is defined in interval I. In interval I, there is some interval. Okay, suppose there is some interval. If in this interval function is defined, then in this interval, if there is a point in this interval C, if there exists a point C, that is there exists, if there exists a point C in the interval I, such that fc, that is value of the function at that point, is always greater than all the values of the function in this interval, that is fx for all x belongs to I. It means what? If this is interval, C is a point in this interval, means C, in this interval there is a point C. If C exists such that fc is greater than all the values of the function in this interval for all x belongs to I. In this case, we see that fc is greater than all the values of the function in this interval. Then we can say that fx have a maximum value at the point C. At the point C have a maximum value if this condition is satisfied. Similarly, if there exists C belongs to I, such that fc is always less than fx for all x belongs to I, means value of the function at the point C, suppose this is C1, C in this interval, that will be here C1. Okay, so this value fc1 is always less than the all values of the function in this interval. So we can say this is minimum value in this interval of minimum value of the function in this interval. So this is condition for minimum value, having minimum value of the function at the point C1 if fc1 is always less than all values of function in this interval. Okay, so this is first discussion about maximum, what is maximum, what is minimum of a function in an interval whenever a function is defined in that interval. Clear? Now, this point maximum, this is called, this point C is called point of maxima. This point is called point of minima, or this value is called maximum value at the point of maxima. This value is called minimum value at the point of minima. These are the extreme point. We say extreme. That is, if a function having maximum value and minimum value, then we say that these values are extreme values and points are extreme points. Okay. Similarly, suppose we have diagram just like that, parabola, line, and so on. If suppose this is graph of the function, suppose this is graph of the function, suppose this is graph of the function. Okay, here also this is x-axis, y-axis, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is the graph of the function y equal to fx. Similarly, graph of the function y equal to fx. Similarly, graph of the function y equals to fx. This is also x-axis, y-axis. In this case, suppose this is y equal to fx, graph of the function. Then we can see that value of the function for this domain of the function is whole real number. In this case, we see that maximum value may be here, but minimum value does not exist if domain is infinitely goes. Similarly here, if domain is infinitely goes, then maximum value we cannot find, but minimum value we can find. Also here, if this line is goes infinitely length, that is domain is infinitely taking values from x-axis, then its minimum value does not exist, maximum value does not exist. But if we restrict its domain by closed interval, suppose for this closed interval means here 1, suppose here 2. If we restrict this function for this interval, then we can find maximum value, minimum value. This is maximum value. Here, suppose this will be the minimum value. If restrict its domain, then similarly, if we restrict its domain here, then we can find minimum value, maximum value. If restrict within a closed interval, if its domain, if we restrict, then similarly here, if we restrict its domain -2 to 2, then we can find here minimum value and maximum value also we can find. Okay, so also suppose y equals to fx equals to modulus function. y equal to fx equals to modulus function. Modulus function means modulus x. We know that its graph is like this. This is the y equals to fx function. We see that value of the function is minimum at the point x equals to 0. So we get minimum value at the point x equals to 0. But maximum value we cannot find. If we restrict interval, suppose minus 2 to 2, then we can find minus 2 to 1. Suppose minus 2 to 1 restrict. If we restrict the domain of the function, then we can get maximum value. Minimum value is 0 at x equal to 0. So we see that if function is continuous, that is continuous, this is continuous, this is continuous, this is continuous. If function is continuous in a closed interval, here also closed interval minus 2 to 1, function is continuous in a closed interval, then function will have maximum or minimum value. Clear? But if we take open interval, suppose this is 1, this is 5, and graph of the function y equal to x, this is the graph of the function, then if its domain is open interval 1 to 5, then there will not exist minima and maximum value, because we can take value of x closer to 1, very closer to 1 from the right side. We can get less value than that value always, because there are infinite value between any two real number. So minimum value will not exist. Similarly, if we can take any value closer to 5, then we can get also greater value closer to 5. That is, maximum will not exist. So in case of open interval, in this type of question, maximum minima will not exist. But interval is closed and function is continuous, then maximum minima will exist. Okay? So this is the general discussion about maximum minimum value of a function. Okay? Now I will discuss about local maxima and minima. What is local maxima minima? Local maxima minima means, suppose we are having like this type function like this, graph of the function like this in this interval. Okay, this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is the graph of the function y equals to fx. Local maximum minimum means, suppose this is the interval. Okay, in this interval function is defined. Here local maxima, local minimum means relative maxima, relative minima, because at this point we see that the value of the function is minimum, then at this point, relative to this is minimum, also this is minimum. If we take in this short interval, then this is minimum value. If we take this is short interval, then this is maximum value. If we take this is short interval, then this is maximum value. That is, this is relatively minimum, then this value, then this value. So this is local maximum minimum, means at this point, suppose here at a point C, if at the point just less than C, that is point closer to C to the left. At that point, the value of function is greater than the value of function at that point, and at the point closer to C to the right, value of the function is greater than the value of the function at C. Then FC is minimum in this short interval. That is, if there exists h greater than 0, there exists h greater than 0, FC is less than fx for all x belongs to C minus h, C plus h. That means C minus h means just lower value than C. C plus h means just greater value than C. If h belongs to 0, exist, that is this interval exists, C is in this interval and FC is less than for all x in this interval, in short interval, then we say that the function having minimum value fc at the point C in this interval. So here this will be local minimum value at the point of local minimum C. Similarly, for greater than, if there exists C h belong h greater than 0, h greater than 0, this is positive value. If there exists h greater than 0, fc is greater than fx for all x belongs to C minus h, C plus h, means short interval containing C. If in this interval, suppose C1, this is C1, here, this is C1, in this interval. If fc1 is greater than fx for all values in the short interval, then we say that fc1 is the maximum value, local maximum value at the point of local maxima C1. So these are the local maxima, local minima. Okay, so if function this interval is the domain of the function, then there may be many many maximum value. So 1, 2, minimum value also 1, 2. So in an interval there may be more than one maximum value, more than one minimum value. Okay, local maxima and local minima. And these points are called point of local minima, point of local maxima. Clear? By using diagram, we can see that also. Here we can see at the point left to the C, function is decreasing. Right to the C, function is increasing. That is, this is just like that. Suppose this is minimum value. This is minimum value. Then here function is decreasing. Here function is increasing. And slope of the tangent at this point, at the point of minima, this is the line. Slope of this line is equals to 0. That is, derivative at that point equals to 0. And here slope, function is decreasing, slope of the tangent. Decreasing means what? Decreasing means f dash x in this part will be less than 0. Decreasing means derivative less than 0. In this part, derivative greater than 0, increasing function. So, here function decreasing, here function increasing, here function will, derivative will be equals to 0 at this point. That is, at the point of maximum minima, derivative is equals to 0. This is decreasing, derivative. Decreasing means derivative less than 0. Increasing means derivative greater than 0. And derivative equals to 0 at the point of minima. Similarly here, first increasing and then decreasing. Okay. So, by this concept we can define a first derivative test for maximum and minimum of a function. The first derivative test. First derivative test. First derivative test is what? You have to find first order derivative of the function, that is f dash x, and then test. First derivative test means, first of all, suppose function is given, you have to find derivative, and if this is interval, in this short interval, if suppose interval is 1 to 2, then check its sign, because derivative first less than, just lower value than c. Derivative less than 0, that means decreasing, just upper value of c. Derivative is greater than 0, that means at c, if derivative changes sign, negative to positive, then at this point will be minimum. If positive to negative, then will be maximum. So first of all, find sign of derivative. For testing a point in this interval, suppose 1 to 2, 1 to 3 interval, here is point 2. At the point 2, if we want to test whether function is maximum or minimum, then you can check the sign of derivative at the point nearest to 2 to the left. That means just like point 1.9, 1.8 and so on, just nearer value to 2 from the left side and also from the right side. If from left side derivative, sign of derivative is positive, if right side derivative, sign of derivative is negative, then positive to negative. That means if derivative changes sign positive to negative, whenever we go through the point 2, then at this point function will have maximum value, positive to negative. And if negative to positive, then minimum value. That is the process of finding nature of the function, whether the function is maximum or minimum at the point C. Just check sign of derivative, changing of sign. If positive to negative, if positive to negative, then maximum value. If negative to positive, then minimum value. At that point, there is the first order derivative. If sign not changes, whenever we go through the point, then neither maximum nor minimum. Neither maximum nor minimum. ना तो maximum होगा ना minimum होगा. If sign not changes, first order derivative. Sign of first order derivative is not changes, then at that point function will have neither maximum value nor minimum value. Okay. So positive to negative means maximum, negative to positive means minimum, and no changes means neither maximum nor minimum. That is the process of testing maximum minimum by using first derivative. Okay, and one thing is one example taking, suppose we have function x cube. We know that its graph is what? This is the graph of y equals to x cube. We know. Okay. We see that its derivative y means fx. Okay. So f dash x equals to 3x square. Clear? And taking f dash x equals to 0, taking f dash x equals to 0 because for finding points, critical points means by, because if function having a maximum or minimum value, then derivative is equals to 0 at that point, we see. So if by taking this we can get x equal to 0, that is x equal to 0 may be point of maximum or minimum. For but we have to test whether it is point of maximum or minimum. Okay, so now see sign of derivative 3x square. Derivative is 3x square. Whenever we go through the point 0, the value just less than x from the left side, that will be the negative value. At that case, because of x square, value of the derivative will be greater than 0 for negative value also. Also for right side value, positive value, also greater than 0. That is, there will no changes of sign whenever we go through the point 0. So at x equal to 0, function is not neither maximum nor minimum. Clear? Also we see that at this point, second order derivative, if again differentiate, then we can get 6x. At that point, derivative is 0. So second order derivative is also 0. So this type of point is called point of inflection, neither maxima nor minima. Neither maxima nor minima. Okay. So this was the idea of testing whether the function having maxima or minima value by using first derivative test. Take an example, suppose x cube minus 3x plus, take an example x cube minus 3x plus 3 is the function. Fx equals to x cube minus 3x plus 3, x cube minus 3x plus 3. Okay, this is the given function. We know its domain is completely whole real number. Clear? Now, first of all, we have to find what may be the critical points. That is, what may be the points where maybe function maximum or minima. For that, finding first order derivative and taking equals to 0 and solve, then you can get the critical points. What will be the critical points? So, differentiate it. 3x square minus 3. Taking this is equals to 0, we can get x square minus 1 equals to 0. That is 3x minus 1, x plus 1 equals to 0. That is x may be 1 or minus 1. two points are there, 1 and minus 1. Now, whether at this point function is maximum or minimum, whether at this point function is maximum or minimum, for we have to test by using first derivative test. So, if we take points closer to 1, suppose point minus 1 point here, 1 point here, closer to 1 from left side, from right side. Points closer to 1 from left side and from right side. Clear? F dash x equals to this. We will test sine of f dash x, 3x minus 1 x plus 1. So, closer to 1 to the left, to the right, points, sine of f dash x. We can make this type of table. Okay. Points. Now, closer to points closer to 1, closer to 1 to the left means, for example, 1.8, 1.9, sorry, 0.8, 0.9, 0.5, 0.9, closer to from left side. At that point, we can test the sign. If x less than, the value of x will be less than, because 1, so this is less value, this is greater value, this sign will be negative. Here x plus 1, so 1 plus closer value, that will be positive, this is negative, so this is negative. If points closer to 1 to the right side, that is the greater value, 1.1, 1.2, that means this value is greater than 1, so this will be positive, this is also positive, so this is positive. That is, sign changes left to right, negative to positive, negative to positive. Negative to positive means minimum value, means because negative then positive, so minimum value. So fx will have is minimum. Okay. So similarly, closer to minus 1, closer to minus 1 to the left, to the right. Closer to minus 1 means closer to minus 1 to the left means here. Value may be what? Closer to left, numerically greater than value of 1, minus 1.1, minus 1.2, minus 1.3. So, if this value is here, minus 1.1, that is negative value. So, this will negative, negative, negative. This is negative, and also here 1.1, minus 1.1, minus 1.2, negatively greater than this, numerically greater than this value. So, from here, that value will be what? Negative. So, this is negative, this is negative, 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 positive. So, greater than 0. And to the right, that means here value will be point minus point 0.9, minus 0.8, just like that. So at that point, the value of the derivative is a negative value negative, but so this will be negative, but this is negative but less than 1. That's why this is positive. Positive, negative, negative. So this is negative. So minus 1. When we go through the minus 1, then the sign of derivative changes positive to negative. That is maximum value. That is fx is maximum at 1 or at minus 1. This is the first derivative test. We have to check whether sign of derivative changes negative to positive, positive to negative. Negative to positive means minimum value. Positive to negative means maximum value. Positive to negative, maximum value. Negative to positive, minimum value. Okay? So this is the use of first derivative test for checking whether function is maximum or minimum at critical points. Clear? Now, second derivative test. Second derivative test. Second derivative test. Very easiest test. Okay. So, first of all, you have to find first derivative of the function. If function is given, then first of all, you have to find first derivative. And taking this equals to 0 and find the points. X equals to c1, c2, etc. And these will be the critical points. And we have to check whether at this point function is maximum or minimum. For that, just you have to find second derivative. Also differentiate this. Then if the sign of second derivative, if sign of second derivative at the point c1 is less than 0 for c1, for x equals to c1, means find the second derivative in terms of x and then put the value of x equals to c1 and see the sign of second derivative. If less than 0, then fx is minimum. Sorry, fx is maximum at x equals to c1. Fx is maximum at x equals to c1. Clear? And maximum value equals to f c1 at that point. Second derivative, sign of second derivative, second derivative negative होना चाहिए for x equals to c1, critical points. If second derivative, sign of second derivative is negative for critical point, then function will attains maximum value at the point c1, and maximum value is given by fc1, that is xk plus c1. Okay. This. Similarly, if f double dash x is greater than 0 for x equals to c1, then minimum. Then fx is minimum at x equals to c1, and fc1 gives minimum value of fx. Okay, just opposite. If less than, then maximum. If greater than 0, minimum. A minimum value is given by f0. If f double dash x is equals to 0, means not less than, not greater than, for x equals to critical point, then test fail. Okay, second derivative 0, then test fail. Neither maximum nor minimum. Neither maximum nor minimum. And in this case, we are try to use first derivative test. By first derivative test means checking changes of sign of first derivative. If in that case also function will not contain maximum or minimum value, then we see that C is a point where the function will have no maximum value, no minimum value, and this type of point is called point of inflection, where function is not maximum, neither maximum nor minimum. Okay, so first of all, we are trying to solve questions by using first derivative test, second derivative test, and if second derivative equal to 0 at a critical point, then try to check for maximum minima of the function by using first derivative test. If we also fail at there, then we say that this type of point is called point of inflection, where the function is not maximum or not minimum. Okay, so let us use this second derivative test for just previous discussed questions. Fx equals to x cube minus 3x plus 3. So first second derivative test, find first derivative first, 3x square minus 3, and also find second derivative 6x. Now taking f dash x equals to 0, we find critical points. 3 x square minus 1 equals to 0 implies 3 x minus 1 x plus 1 equals to 0 implies x equals to plus 1 minus 1. These 2 points are critical points. Just we have also seen at the first derivative test. For these critical points, now we have to check the sign of second derivative. Okay, for second derivative test. Now f dash 1 for x equals to c1, x equals to 1, for x equals to 1 critical points, f double dash 1, 6 into 1 equals to 6, greater than 0. Second derivative is greater than 0, that means function attains minimum value at 1. Implies fx is minimum at x equals to 1, and minimum value is given by this relation where x equals to 1. So 1 cube minus 3 into 1 plus 3 equals to 1. This is minimum. Okay. For second point, x equals to minus 1. F double dash 1 minus 1. 6 into minus 1 equals to minus 0, less than 0. If second derivative is less than 0 at a point, then at that point function is maximum at x equals to minus 1. fx is maximum at x equals to minus 1, and maximum value is minus 1 cube, minus 1 here, put minus 1, minus 3 into minus 1 plus 3 equals to 5. Okay, so this is maximum value. So this is second derivative test, very simple. Okay, clear? If we get second derivative is 0, then one time we can test first derivative test. If also there will be no changes in derivatives, first derivative, sign of first derivative, then also function will not have maximum or minimum value. Here at 1 function is minimum, at minus 1 function is taking maximum value. Minimum value 1, maximum value 5. Clear? So whenever we want to solve some questions related to maximum or minimum, so first of all we have to use second derivative test. Clear?